Developing tonight, Attorney General Eric Holder speaking out for the first time today on the leak of several reports in the shooting death of 18-year-old Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. This week, new accounts were released supporting Officer Darren Wilson's version of events as the grand jury meets to decide whether he should be indicted. We also got our hands on the official autopsy report of Michael Brown that appears to refute the hands-up narrative that has fueled violent protests for months. In other words, it concludes that he likely did not have his hands up in the surrender position when he was shot, as some have claimed. Eric Holder condemning the leaks, saying they are hurting the judicial process.
Exasperated, I'm disappointed, and I think this selective leak of grand jury information is harmful to the process. It appears that people are trying to somehow shape public opinion.
J. Christian Adams is a former DOJ attorney and author of the book Injustice, exposing the racial agenda of the Obama Justice Department. He's so confused, he can't believe that somebody might be trying to shape public opinion with a leak, Chris.
I mean, talk about shameless, Megan. This is a guy who flew in on the 757, that's the vice president's plane, into Ferguson and spent the next month trying to shape the process. He went, he talked about how he experienced police abuse. He unleashed the hounds from the DOJ's Community Relations Service to go there. He did everything he could to shape the process.
He put 40 FBI agents on the case, 40.
Yeah, total overkill. And now he's upset someone else is shaping the process. I mean, this is a guy who simply knows no shame. There's a reason he's the least popular member of the administration, I think, at a 20% approval rating.
No, but it's just like remember when the governor of Missouri, Governor Nixon, came out and demanded the night before the grand jury convened a prosecution, that there be a prosecution in this case. And I remember the day after, Eric Holder came out and said, that is inappropriate. You are trying to shape. Oh, wait. No. No, that was not apparently a problem for him then. But this, leaks that might be helpful to the officer whose case is under consideration, that is a bridge too far.
And this is a Justice Department that has done nothing but leak for the last 6 years to places like Media Matters and left-wing blogs. So suddenly it's bad.
That is totally different. Those are leaks that help Eric Holder and his. This is like. You're mixing apples with oranges again. Look, we're being tough on the Attorney General because the hypocrisy reeks. It's not that the leaks are good. Leaks are not good. There's no disputing that. They shouldn't be done in a criminal case, especially one of this high-profile nature. But to act so indignant over the fact that they're being done, one has to wonder whether he would be as indignant if these leaks were condemning of the officer, of Officer Wilson.
Of course he wouldn't. The indignancy is part of what he does. He always is indignant about what other people are doing except the administration. But, Megan, you're right. Grand jury information shouldn't leak out. But even there, it's a state issue. It's a state crime to leak grand jury information. What does the federal government have to do with whether or not somebody violated a state grand jury law?
Well, as you know... Yeah, he's opened up his own case. He's going after the Ferguson Police Department, potentially, for civil rights violations, so he's looking into that as well. And actually today, when he was asked, do you have any fear that if the report comes out that exonerates this police officer, that we will see riots all over again? And instead, first of all, he said, I would hope not. I would hope we wouldn't see those.
Yeah, of course
But
not.
he didn't call for calm. He didn't say we're going to stand by the grand jury. He didn't say we'll accept their opinion. He went right to this police department's still going to be in my crosshairs. Watch, listen.
Well, I would hope not. You know, what I promised the people of Ferguson when I went there was that we would conduct an independent and thorough investigation. We are in the process of doing that. So from the federal side, we will not only look at whether or not there is individual responsibility, but also what do we need to do with regard to that police department itself.
Your thoughts on that?
He's still blaming the police department. Megan, this is an administration, this is an attorney general, this is a new, by the way, assistant attorney general he just appointed that thinks the police are the problem. And when the police in Ferguson released the video of Michael Brown committing a strong-arm federal felony robbery, the Justice Department tried to stop the police department from doing that. This is a Justice Department that seems less interested in the truth and more interested in racial politics.
Oh, but I have a question for you. I have a question for you. Is there any chance despite his protestations over the leak, that the DOJ actually leaked this autopsy report, because whatever you think about Eric Holder, he's a good lawyer, and he probably sees the evidence. And let's assume he or his deputies see the autopsy report. And there is no way you see that autopsy report and think that it is going to help an indictment. Is there any chance they leaked it to try to set the stage, lay the foundation with the public to get them ready for the likelihood that there will be no indictment in this case?
Well, let's hope that the local prosecutors have not invited DOJ lawyers into the grand jury proceeding. But on the other hand, Megan, this Justice Department Civil Rights Division leaked like crazy in the New Orleans police prosecution, where they engaged in unethical misconduct. So anything is possible with this crowd. Let's just hope it didn't happen here.
Kristen Adams, good to see you, sir.
You too, Megan.
A little more.